Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Indigo Diamond here with another video, here to talk about the latest episode of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Star 7, the All-Winners season. Before we get into the episode, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like the video, and tell me down below who are you rooting for. I don't know why, this came across a bit weird. Right, today's episode. That was honestly a really good one. Again, I sat there and went, oh, I don't know who they're going to pick to be in the top, because honestly, everyone did a phenomenal job. And everyone had really good runways. So the challenge today is essentially a branding challenge. They had to create a TikTok dance video that was very sort of like them. It showed their brand. And I can't remember what the theme of the runway... I can't remember what the name of the runway was. But it was essentially like multiple reveals. Which, you know, was fine. So the top two from this week were Jinkx and Monet. Which gives Jinkx her third badge and Monet finally gets her second one. Do I think it was right? Honestly, I loved Monet's. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think Jinkx should have been in the top, because Jinkx had me cracking up with laughter. I was in absolute hysterics watching hers. Honestly, the other one I probably could have seen going to anyone. I'm happy it goes to Monet, because then she finally gets her second badge. Honestly, I don't know how they managed to decide it. Everyone did so well. Literally, Vivienne's I thought was funny, and she kind of went a bit further with it. You know, she did sort of like the whole, you know how you get the adverts for like Just Eat and stuff like that. She went sort of down that route a bit as well afterwards, which was clever. Trinity did an amazing job, obviously with the brand of like tucking and stuff like that. Raja did a phenomenal job. I was a bit worried about how Raja was going to do with the conversation she was having in the workroom originally. Honestly, she did phenomenally. I thought she did a really good job. Shea did a good job. Yvie did a good job. Jaida did a good job. You know, Jaida even incorporated her look over there. It was a hard episode to decide. The only person that I was like definite was Jinkx, and it was because the challenge had me in hysterics. The runway was amazing, and to be fair, most of their runways were. Jinkx did a whole like art thing. She had like 4 different outfits, and they all looked really good. She went from like shorter one to a long one to a short one to a long one. It worked really well. It was just really well done. Jaida went through all the seasons with her outfits. They looked amazing. Monet went through a couple of outfits, all very culturally black. And obviously the last one was the best, which you want to do. You want to save the best till last. And she had this really nice long sequin dress that just said essentially like, we keep fighting. Because obviously we had the whole Black Lives Matter movement, but it doesn't end there. At the end of the day, things like racism, homophobia, transphobia, all that sort of stuff, it still goes on. You know, the fight never ends. You know, and especially with everything that's happening in America at the moment, you know, it very much states, you know, yeah, we've got to keep fighting. If we get complacent, you know, that's when things start to happen. So, you know, she did really well with that. Yvie didn't have too many reveals, but honestly, her outfit was very good. She was doing like sort of like larvae inspired one. She came out of like a cocoon, and she had the goop because she hadn't like got to the right stage yet when they were dissecting her. And then she had this really awesome face mask that was like covering her, and then it would like come back and go forward sort of thing. So that was really interesting to see. What am I missing? Raja's was amazing. Raja's was just so colourful, and it was just exciting to look at. You know, you looked at it and you're like, oh, this is beautiful, stunning. Um, Vivienne's was great. Vivienne's was very into the woods, which I appreciated. You know, she started off as sort of like the older witch with like a hood over her, and then she would come off and she'd turn into the beautiful witch, and then she would take the bottom part of that dress off, and she became almost like an ABBA star. But it looked phenomenal. It was so well done. It was beautiful colour on her. Shea's is the only one I had an issue with, and it was only right at the end. So I loved her first look. Her makeup was beautiful. She revealed to this like robe, which was really nice. She took that off, and she had this really nice dress on that had a cut out at the back, which looked beautiful. The only issue I had was up by the breast bit, because she didn't have breasts in, and the way the dress laid because of that just didn't look right. It didn't look like it fitted properly because of that. Only issue I had, the dress was stunning on her, the colour was beautiful, she looked great in blue. I just wish it'd been able to fit a bit better. Trinity's was just floral and lovely. She came out with a really big dress. She had like roses on her hips, which she took off, and then she ended up taking the dress off, and that it looked amazing. You know, everyone did a really good job this episode, but Jinkx and Monet ended up in the top, which I'm fine with. They did amazing. This week though, we didn't get a lip sync song. They had to lip sync to a spoken word piece. Now, I really enjoyed this, and honestly, it could have gone either way. I maybe would have picked Jinkx, just because, as much as like with this sort of stuff you want to overact, I felt like a lot of Monet's facial expressions were like the same. So I probably would have picked Jinkx, but I'm not mad. You know, at the end of the day, they both did an amazing job. Both, you know, could have easily won, and they picked Monet. Phenomenal job. Jinkx still got her star, and Monet finally got her second one, which is nice. I'm glad to see Monet finally get that second star. Now, if we can get Shea to get a second star, that would be nice as well. I don't want to leave Shea on one. And honestly, I probably would have got her to win that girl group challenge. So, but yes, they are the top two. Monet wins the lip sync. Monet blocks Raja. Raja finally gets blocked. I'm almost surprised they didn't just try and double block Jaida, because Jaida did quite a good job this week, and I'm like, oh, I maybe would have blocked her again just to be like, well. But yeah, so Raja's finally going to learn that getting the plunger gives you no secrets. You know, she's been the only one all the way up to now, because like even at the beginning of the episode when Jaida came in, she was like, oh yeah, so I just wanted to talk to you guys about the plunger sort of thing, and Raja's like, what is this plunger thing? She's like, I want to get blocked more than I want another star now, because I want to know what's going on. So that's going to be fun next week when she realises there is nothing to do with it. You get blocked and that's it. Nothing happens apart from the fact that you can't earn a star. I'm intrigued to see what's going to happen next week. Next week is essentially the roast challenge. Now, Monet we've seen do very well in roast challenges. We've seen Jinkx do very well in roast challenges. We've seen Trinity not do so well in 2 roast challenges. Shea did fine. I quite liked Shea in her last roast she did. So it's gonna be interesting to see. Will we get another week of Jinkx and Monet in the top? Who knows? It very much seems like it could be both of their challenges. So we will see. But let me know down below, who are you rooting for? We now have 2 queens on 3 stars, so Jinkx better make sure she doesn't end up in the bottom, because otherwise she won't make it to the finale if she doesn't get any more stars. Yeah, we've only got, 2 weeks of them earning stars, and then it's the finale. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I don't know if they're going to, throw in extra stars and stuff like that, because at this point, most people are on even footing, apart from Shea's fallen behind because she's the only one with 1 star now, and Jinkx and Jaida are up there with 3 stars. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But let me know down below, who are you rooting for? While you're down there, hit that subscribe button, like the video, and we'll see you lovely, lovely people next time. See ya!